So they come to school 15 minutes early. That's on time. And they talk about things that have happened to them in the past. Baghdad, Tikrit, Fallujah, Afghanistan, whatever. They discuss things that have happened to them before class starts for 15 minutes. And then English starts. And they go into English. Then that's done and they go to math. Same thing, 15 minutes and then math starts. So what happens, they had these miniature little counseling sessions going on, unscripted. No one's there to really cover it. They're just talking about things every day for 15 or so minutes. They want to come to school because they can talk about things that they can't discuss anywhere else. And the line is, it's like the VFW hall without the beer and the cigarettes. That's what it's like. There's no beer and cigarettes, but they can talk about the past. It's easier for them to do this than to go to the VA and discuss the past for an hour and then drive home. They hate it. I drive into the VA, I got to talk about the past. I can't stand doing this. I hate doing this. They're driving there. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. They sit there. I hate talking about this. It's okay. I got to talk about it again. They drive home. I hate doing that. 2 days are impacted negatively. But in English class, for 15 minutes, they discuss the past. And then they immediately go to English. It's easier to discuss your past when you're immediately distracted by your future. That's why it works. They don't dwell on that past discussion, dwell on English. Their English is future, not the past. That's why they love coming to school. That kind of environment has been created. So the second one there is looking at the comparison of SERV and non-SERV. Looking at success. And this is brand new. Rosemary, you haven't seen this yet. This is brand new. My goal was the success of this program is not what they get in the SERV classes. It's what they get in the other classes that aren't military. That's the true meaning of success. So I did a GPA, and I thank Elizabeth for getting data for me. The GPA of 10 or 13 or so random students picked out, okay, the GPA, average GPA for the SERV classes is 3.42. That's English 101, math, chemistry, biology, okay? Those same students in non-vets only classes, aka civilian classes, is slightly lower at 3.23. That's significant. I was looking for a bigger drop than that. I'm in Philadelphia today at 6 o'clock. I'm giving the same data today to the VA to let them know what we're doing it and what the success we're having. I'm going to expand this more on the plane when I get out to all 41 students. They want to know how we're doing and why we're doing it. This is significant. This proves to me that you create the environment for them, they will succeed not just in a vets-only class, but a non-vet-only class. Preliminary data, yes, I know. But data nobody else has in this country. And it's proving something, and I'll prove it to you also later on. Now, I don't want to go about recruiting and everything else and so on and so forth. I've already discussed that. One thing the VA loves about the program is we bring the VA to campus. We want the VA to be there, because the VA helps them in their transition and their questions and anything else they have. So we bring the VA to campus. Don't have an CSU do that. Let the VA handle those questions and problems. And they love it. And the one thing that the VA does now, they realize now, is that this group of individuals, especially in other campuses besides Cleveland State, when you're on campus today, and I'm going to be blunt about this, there are people on campus today who look like people who tried to kill them 6 months ago. Meaning a certain culture on campus looks like that person. Now what happens is this, they see them for the first day. They're thinking, okay, I'm watching that person. I'm watching him, I'm watching him, I'm watching him, I'm watching him, I'm watching him. I'm going to make sure we go someplace, I'm watching him. After about 6 weeks, they're thinking, why hasn't he tried anything yet? He's that culture. Why hasn't he tried anything yet? I'm still watching him. After the first 4 months, they realize, maybe for the first time, maybe, that person is not a terrorist, but he's just a student. If that individual military person did not go to school, did not go to campus to see that person every day, the odds of him seeing every day are low. So when they do see them, they can have a flashback. This didn't happen after World War II. We didn't have Japanese on our campus after World War II, or Koreans, or Vietnamese on our campus after the Vietnam War. We didn't have that opportunity that we have right now. And the campus right now who loves this whole concept, Eastern Michigan. Because you've got a strong Arab population in Eastern Michigan University, and they love to have this and they got 53,000 in Michigan, to try this out there on campus to see how it's going to react. And Eastern Michigan loves it. Ypsilanti is just full of Arab culture. And they're afraid what's going to happen when they come back home. So they're trying it there this fall. They love the whole program because of this particular instance. So that's one reason why the VA loves it. And we can see more vets on campus and so on and so forth. Let's go to page 4 real quick. The only way I can sell this program is to show and this is normal, this is every university, it's a warm fuzzy, right, okay? But if you can show a campus how much money they can make, they will react to it. And that is normal, because they can't sell it just by grants alone. So I had to find the number of deployed vets by county for the state of Ohio to show our market, to show what we can get in guaranteed tuition. And that's the map right there on page 4. Now I have this for every county in the country. No matter who asks me from what college, whether it's Washington State, whether it's Texas, which has 235 counties, or New Jersey, I can tell them how many vets they have deployed in that county that they can now draw on for their program. This helps them tremendously. I also was given a spreadsheet by mistake from Washington, I'm not going to tell who, that now allows me to give an insight into the demographic of that population. How many have been deployed multiple times? What is their gender? What is their race? What's their marital status? What's their age? What's the number of occupation in the military? All of that now gives a glimpse into that population on that campus to know, to let the campus know what they can expect, instead of just 500 vets on campus. That's imperative. That's what I've done so far with the campus I've gone around. Anyway, so you see the numbers, right? Page 4. I've got them for Indiana, Michigan, and so on and so forth. Bottom of page 4 shows in the region, okay? You've got Youngstown State there. Pennsylvania's doing terrible vets on campus. Pennsylvania's only had 3% of their vets on campus. 3%, and there's 69,000 deployed vets in Pennsylvania. 3% are on campus. We've got 30,000 we can draw from in this county, in this region, okay? 30,000, all right? If, and on page 5, if we get 5% of that 30,000 on our campus, we've got, you can fill in the blank here, 1,540 vets available to us. 1,540. We've got 326 or we got about 500 right now for fall. But last spring we had about 365. So if we do a good job and recruit and get the churches going and get the moms going, we can have 5% of the region, not a lot of money, I mean a lot of percentages, 5%, 1,540 vets. Now, I also work in the VA, and I said in the National Guard. So on the bottom of page 5, if we have the National Guard, which is 18,175 in this state, if we have just a couple of bases in this region, that'll give us 10% of those Guard population. We'll have 290 vets on our campus, in addition to 1,540. Then with the VA being around and VA loving us, they are a recruiter, because they can be on campus, they can be there, they can see more vets. So on page 6, letting your VA recruit for you, I had the numbers for the VA, 1.59 million patients they've seen in 2007, 2008, that's yearly. They have 7,583 full-time people working for you, AKA CSU recruiters. Get them to work for you, they will recruit for you. So if I said 1% of those 1.59 million are OAF, meaning deployed since 9/11 veterans, that's 15,000 that go into their offices every day. If 5% go to CSU, that's 796 students. So I got 290 from the National Guard, 796 from the VA, and 1,540 from just one-on-one recruiting. This is all about the numbers now, okay? Total that can be on our campus on the bottom of page 6, 2,626. Don't panic, CSU table. 2,626 vets could be on our campus if we just reach a few percentages. We have the best program in the country, bar none. 2,626 vets on campus. Now, impact on the university. This is where Treasury Services come involved. This is why I love talking to Treasury Services, because they just love seeing these kind of numbers. Page 7. Just for the freshman fall semester at our tuition rate, it would bring in $8.1 million. If we get 70% retention, and I've got 90 now, but if we get 70% retention, we're looking at $5.7 million for the spring semester, a total of $13.8 million potentially in 1 year by those vets being on campus. 13.8. Now, at a 35% graduation rate, remember that's just slightly above civilian, 22.7 million into the campus just for graduation. So we have first year freshmen and graduation. I'm not counting juniors and seniors now, all right? Significant sum of money. I'm not the budget person, but I would suspect that this would make a big difference in Cleveland State University right now. Or any university that I talk to. All the same response. Holy cow, really? Yeah. They're out there. Now, its impacts, when I get stonewall from universities, and Cincinnati is a very big university that doesn't want to talk to me. I've tried with them 3 times already, and they just ignore me.